We down to dog talk?
We're down to dog talk. And I have a topic. So you started an interesting conversation, Derek.
Mm-hmm.
You reposted a tweet.
I did.
That said, and the tweet said, "Don't just date to date with a purpose."
Right.
And what was your response?
My response was that some people date for the purpose of being comfortable dating. Mind your business.
That's what you said.
That's what I said. I said what I said.
What did I say?
Right. Well, he had a point, though.
He had a point, though.
Right. And he could have kept it. That's what I said.
Well, no, I think because my perspective of, people that because I don't just date just to date. And
don't
I think
date
people
just to date.
I think people, when we're talking about dating, a lot of people are playing games.
Right.
And
could be.
What is the end game for, because I feel like we need to call it something else.
It's dating. What do you mean?
Because I feel like you supposed to, my perspective of dating, you're supposed to date with the intent of being in a relationship.
Who said that?
Whether that means you boyfriend to boyfriend or you eventually, going on and getting married or whatever the case is.
But see, that can be your intention, right? That can be your purpose for dating.
Okay.
Is that you are interested in being in a relationship. You're looking for a long-term relationship.
Right.
And I think that what happens most times is that when people are dating, the communication is missed.
Yeah.
And people aren't expressing what their desires truly are. And people's desires change.
Okay.
And I think that for me, I've always been a relationship person. I've always been on the mission to find my person. Like, I just want to find my person and be comfortable. And I want some form of stability. My life is full of chaos. I'm an Aries. I'm a fire sign.
Yes.
So everything about my life is always exciting, and I'm always like going and doing something different. But when it comes to my love life for a long time, it was like I can't handle all of that at one time. I can't handle 4 or 5 different people at one time, because that means I got to deal with 4 or 5 different personalities, and then is the balancing of the schedule. Like, it's too much for me. So I'm like, I'll just date one person at a time. And if I don't like you, then I'm gonna move on to somebody else. And if I don't like you, I'm gonna move on to somebody else. And that's just just part of dating. Yeah. Now, as I've gotten older and my interests have changed, like being focused more so on my career and like really kind of like setting my life up in a way that I get all that is owed to me out of this experience.
Period.
I've made it my point to learn how to date, like to just date, whether it's dating for companionship or just dating for, the adventure, being comfortable dating. I think after my last relationship my last like committed relationship was in 2016, but I've dated since then. I've dated someone for almost a year. After that, I was in a an intimate partnership with someone for a while too. So it's just like learning how to date, how to say, hey, next Thursday, I want to go to the gun range. Yeah. And would you like to go? Would you like to accompany me? It's for us to spend time together and just get to know each other. Or let's go out to dinner, or let's go blah, blah, blah. And it's like you have the conversation. Are you looking for a long-term relationship? Are you looking for a committed relationship? Are you just enjoying, meeting people and stuff like that? If you have that conversation, then it's easier to just date. To be dating. It's like, I'm dating.
Do you know the person that made that tweet, though?
Do I know him?
Or you just seen it? You just seen it off?
Probably I either follow him or he followed me or something.
Because
that could be from him.
Ideally, that's how it should be. The way that you just explained it, that's how it should be. But how it's going on right now, that's why I asked, do you know him? What generation is he in? Is he Gen Z or whatever? Because, a lot of people are just, they're calling it dating, but like they're not letting the person know. You can do all that. You don't have to have a specific purpose. You could just be dating, like you just said, for the adventure and stuff like that.
Right.
But nigga, let me know. What is going on? What are you trying to do here? Is this going to be like a little short situation? Are we just talking? Are we friends with benefits? Or this is going to be are we going to be in a full-fledged relationship? You need to let me. I feel like people are not being let know of this. I'm very vocal when it comes to what the hell we're doing.
Right, and that's why I said
the first thing I ask on these apps.
That's why I said communication is the key to that. You can solve all that if you communicate what it is that you need and what you want effectively. And like I said, also those needs and desires change, you could be just interested in dating and dating around.
So let me know.
Getting to know people, and in the midst of getting to know people, you may find someone that you like. You know what? Actually, I want to invest more time in getting to know you than I am these other people. And you have to express that, like, hey, I want to get to know you a little more. I want to spend more time with you. Like, can we do blah, blah, blah? And then you start not saying negotiating, but that's when you start communicating, you know, is there something here? Is there a mutual attraction here? What are your future plans? And for me, dating now is more like, if I have the time, and I have friends where I can enjoy myself with my friends. Like, if I want to go, running or working out, I can do it with my friends. Yeah. Or I can go to the movies with my friends. Like, I need something different. And especially if you're trying to pursue me.
Oh, of course.
Like, you have to strike a nerve now. Like, no, seriously. Like, okay. Like, if you're trying to pursue me, it's like, oh, I want to take you to dinner. I'm like, yeah, but I can cook. So if you're gonna invite me to dinner, invite me over and cook dinner for me.
First of all, the privilege of being asked to go out to dinner.
But you can take yourself to. I can take myself to dinner. So it's like, if I'm looking, if I'm in a position where I'm looking for a partner, I'm a builder. So it's like, most of the stuff that I've gotten and I've earned, it's like because I've been able to pull resources for myself. It's like, I want to be able to build something. I'm interested in building a legacy. I'm interested in having creative freedom. Like, I'm interested in those things. So for me, if I'm dating, it's just to pass time. Like, dating is something that I can do to kind of like take my mind off of my album, or take my mind off of this photo shoot, or give me something, adding dimension to what it is that I'm doing. But if you are trying to be in a relationship with me, that means you have to have a vested interest, which means that you're interested in the stuff that I'm interested in. Doesn't mean that we have to like all the same things, but you have to show that you're interested in my growth in certain places. You have to be willing to be vulnerable and operate in an open space with me. So it's like there are certain things that come with different levels of relationships. And I think as far as not a Generation Z or Generation Y thing, it's just that people don't communicate those things effectively. That's why I said what I said about Cardi and Offset's marriage or whatever. It's like, well, his actions were communicating that he was not prepared to be married to anybody.
Okay.
Like, his actions were communicating those things, regardless of what he said.
Yeah.
And I think that the whole dating with a purpose, well, guess what? I date with intention, right? So my intention for dating in September, once I'm in my element, in my space, like, I'm dating with the intention of finding a committed partner. I'm dating, looking for someone that I wouldn't mind waking up to in the morning.
And I have to be like the life coach here. To you.
But that's why you don't have to say to me. Yeah. That's why I said I date with intention. So
I'm just saying. But
I understand dating with purpose because I date with intention. So with me being a person that dates with intention, I have no problem expressing what my intention is with people I'm dating. Like, oh, what are you looking for? I'm looking for a partner. Like, I'm looking for someone that I can experience new things with. I'm looking for a partner that adds to what I'm doing, and someone that I can contribute, like that we can be helpmates to each other.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, that's my intention. But if my intention is not that, I'm going to say, well, I'm just having a good time, just hanging out.
Okay.
Now, you get to decide for yourself if you want to continue engaging with me, because if you're dating just to be dating and I'm dating for a partner or a relationship, then you're not going to invest the same amount of energy into building a relationship with me that I would require from someone who's interested in having an actual relationship. You're going to piss me off, and I'm probably going to ghost on you. So we can just cut this now.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
But that conversation is not always had.
And that's what we're talking about, is that the conversation isn't always had. So for someone to say date with purpose, not date just to be dating, well, that's dumb, because your purpose for dating, anybody's purpose for engaging with other people, is going to be different. It's just about communicating what that purpose is. Why are you dating? It's like making friends. Like, for you have new friends, right?
Right.
Why are you friends with those people? What made you want to make new friends?
I don't know, because we just had a connection, and then we started hanging out, and then it just continued from there
and evolved. Right.
Yeah.
But you're enjoying spending time with these people.
Yeah.
You're enjoying getting to know them. You guys make plans to hang out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that it's an organic.
I'm on a group chat, child.
Look, so I'm saying, like, you're having an organic experience of connecting with someone, right? So the same way that you're building your friends or building out your friendship circle is almost the same way it is when you're dating.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, well, we have something in common. There is a attraction between us, whether it's something that's physical, sexual, emotional, or it could be like, damn, we both like golfing. This is something. This could be a good golf partner, you know. And then you talk to them, and then you find out that you have other things in common. It's like, you know what? Actually, I wouldn't mind hanging out with this person.
Mm-hmm.
And then next thing you know, you're doing a dinner, and then you're making plans with each other.
Yeah.
And it's called dating because you're booking dates. When is the next date that I'm going to see this person?
Okay.
When's the next time I'm going to see you? When that interest is there, and it's like, okay, I want to see this person again.
But some people, do you feel like some people are just like, I'm just here just so I can't be alone, or I'm here
yes.
for opportunistic reasons.
Yes.
And I think that's what he was talking to. That's how
you interpreted it.
But tweets are interpreted
right.
any
You
type
said
of way.
Date with purpose.
You know, people,
not just dating to be dating. When looking at the comments and the nature of that conversation, it wasn't speaking of. It was more speaking to the fact that there are people out here that are dating just to be dating, running into people who are dating for a relationship, or dating for a long-term relationship, or dating for committed relationships. And so he was speaking to those people that are out there just enjoying booking their dates, enjoying their freedom.
I'm here with Peter this day. I'm here with Sam the other day.
Right, and there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong
and
I'm not saying that. I'm
so,
not. Yeah.
So as
but
far
let a nigga know.
So that's why I keep saying
the
communication piece is what's most important.
Yeah.
Being able to communicate that this is why I'm dating, this is what I'm looking for, and this is what I'm not looking for, and operating in that space. So the nature of that tweet shouldn't have been date with a purpose, not just dating to be dating. Because you can't tell people to not date for whatever reason they want to, because people's purpose for dating is different. Okay. The way that should have been framed is, when you're dating, communicate your intentions.
Okay.
Communicate your intention when you're dating. That way you can avoid because he tweeted that from a hurt place. That's an experience of him dating somebody that
and
was
that's
just
why
dating.
I related.
Right.
That's why I related to it. Shit.
Like me too. Like I've been in that position as well, where it's like, I actually like this person. I could see myself being with this person, and I want to see them again. And I want to spend more time with them. But they're not interested in that. They're interested in just being free and dating and building their social calendar and being free and not being tied to anything.
But you're right about that point, just say with the communication part. Like I feel like people that are dating around and doing this stuff, that's okay.
But it changes.
You need to let people know though. Right. I feel like and you ain't gotta do a damn thing really.
Right.
But it would be nice to, hey, I just wanna we're just friends with benefits, or we just doing this.
Clear communication. But it's
clear
funny.
Communication.
Let me tell you about these tables though. Those tables do turn. So I kind of agreed with him a little bit, like, be careful how you treat people, because while you're out there just being free, and if you're not communicating that, and you come across someone who wants to be in a relationship with you, and they see that that's not where that's going, it's not going that place, and they decide to move their interest somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, don't think you're finna double back now that you saw what was out there, and now you got to go home and analyze. Like, well, I mean, I like this one, but I want to see more, blah blah blah. Because by that time, the person that you actually had the best connection with may have moved on to something else, and now look at you.
Yeah,
you're just out here.
You're high and dry.
And you're gonna be dating your damn self. So it's always gonna be about communicating what your interests are, being open to the process of dating. I think that we talked about this a few shows ago as well, like what dating means and what it looks like for our generation, because we're so impatient, and we're so, we're a popcorn generation. We want everything right now. We want the gratification of,
and if one thing ain't right, I'm done.
Right. After the first or second date, you're my boyfriend or you're my girlfriend. We're together. Cut your niggas off because I like you. And it's like, no, baby. Baby, it don't work that way. Like, I have to see if I like you. I also have other people that I'm courting.
Okay.
That may have invested a little more time in before you got here.
Now, see, I'm very much new to that, because I feel like, if I'm talking to somebody or I'm courting somebody, I can't multitask.
Right.
And, I stick with one person at a time. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to one person, and I guess maybe that's my downfall. Don't put all your eggs
in one basket.
In one basket.
I tried to tell you. Told you.
Well, look. I'm new to this still.
It's okay. Shit, me too. I mean, I told you my last relationship was in 2016, and it took me a while to even feel like attractive to people. Like it kind of put me in this asexual space where it's like I'm not really interested in dealing with people at all anyway. Like I literally was in a relationship with somebody for 3 years, and after the way it ended, like I spoke to earlier in the show, it's like it left me really, really drained.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't trust people like I wanted to. Like you have to be in a really in a different space for dating. For me, I had to be in a different space. There are a lot of people out here dating with unhealed traumas, and you know, I hate to say it.
Yes, unhealed. Oh my God.
I hate to say it, but it's like, okay, well, I understand how the process can be cathartic of just putting yourself back out there, you know, just.
But I'm a new person. You bringing me, you coming.
You're bringing
back,
me, bringing me your shit, right?
Yeah.
And there are people. I'm an empath, so it's like I kind of sense things in people. Like my intuition has been like sharp as fuck for the past year and a half. And so I kind of sense things. It's like there's not much you can hide from me. And like if there's something there, I'm gonna be able to pull it out of you. Because you don't know. I could be a person that could have been sent in your life to help you deal with it. Yeah. Just like you could be a person in my life that could help me unpack some of this baggage and make me more freer. And I think that's a beautiful thing when you find people like that. Doesn't mean that we got to be together forever. It doesn't mean that we are supposed to be in a long-term relationship. It could mean like you, for that moment, this season in my time, like you could be that person. And dating can bring you that if you're open to the process of getting to know people and being vulnerable. And some people in our generation just aren't that. I think that we're so obsessed with reality TV and we're so obsessed with like social media and all that stuff that people now are just trying to find this perfect look. Like they're looking for their perfect look. Yeah. Like how we look together in pictures or videos or like, you know, I don't say cloud chasing, but it has to make sense in other ways from what I've experienced out here in these streets.
A lot of people that haven't grown up.
Right. Okay. And I'm like, I know I'm young. I'm relatively young, but I'm very future focused. And I feel like for me, in a partner, I have to see that in them. I have to see someone who's interested in moving forward, not being stuck in like wanting to be 25 forever. That's part of my brand. Being 25 forever. The look is gonna be there, but as far as how I conduct my life and
I told mad people, I'm like, look, I'm still gonna be 22.
Right. I can't do it. Yeah. You have to be someone that I can see a fruitful future. Let me put the camera on me when I say that. You
had the camera on me the whole time?
Not the whole time, but a fruitful future. So when you're a person that's dating with the intention of being in a relationship or trying to find find your person, your partner, because it's different. People be out here dating for boyfriends and girlfriends. No, I'm grown.
Oh, you want a husband?
I want a partner. I'm going to be a husband. Okay. I'm preparing myself to be a husband, to be able to provide for my family, to be able to create a legacy. Like that is what I'm preparing myself for. So if I'm out here with the intention of just enjoying myself and just, being free and filling up my calendar and sowing my wild oats, that's different. But when the intention is there for me to find someone that I can build with, like I have no problem expressing that. And then if you say that you're interested in that, I'm going to hold you to it. Because once your actions show me that you're not a person that's vying for that type of placement, like you're not applying to sit here or stand here, right? Then I'm going to skip over you. I may still speak to you on time to time. I'll answer the text every now and again, but you best believe that I'm already moved on to the next contestant.
Now see that's I don't do ghosts, honey. Not ghosts, but like I don't do zombies. Okay, if you gonna be dead, if I'm dead to you. If this is I'm not dead, but if
we can still be friends. Maybe sometimes.
You believe? No, I don't.
Sometimes.
Not sometimes.
It depends on the person, really. Like if I like your vibe, then okay.
But if this is 100% not gonna work out no more, I feel like I don't believe in having friendships after a relationship. Yeah, it's over. You need to be gone. Like I'm not answering. I'm not. You calling me for what? What we want?
I don't know. I'm friends with I'm friends with actually. Cool with all my exes except for that one.
We could be cool, but we distant though. We could be social media friends.
Yeah, we ain't gonna be coochie crunch. But as far as like the dating part goes, like if we just dated and you were canceled or you canceled yourself, then be canceled and good luck with your life and See you on the other
You
side.
don't need to call me no more.
I'll be celebrating your wins. I hope you celebrate mine, and let that be that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how
you don't need to, and that's because I'm a little slow. I ain't gonna lie. Because if you start calling me, because I'm like, okay, so what's going on? Like, is this? You know what I'm saying?
Trying to pick it back up.
You got the flash on me, honey. Are you trying to pick it back up? Yeah, girl, what's going on?
I'm still just trying to figure out these whole,
I'm done with you, and not you trying to school me on the iPhone.
I'm still trying to figure out this whole iPhone situation.
Okay. No, so
as I continue to look at my Android, I use my phone. I still use my Android.
Child.
It's hard for me to separate from this is my baby.
Okay.
It gives me what I need.
Mm.
But yeah, so that's the concept of dating with purpose, is just understanding what your purpose is and being able to communicate that clearly with whoever you're engaging with. And and you won't have all these people out here hurt by hurt people. That's just that's my opinion. So that's why I responded the way I responded. It was like, some people date for the purpose of being comfortable dating. You don't know what people's situation is. Some people may not have ever dated before in their life. They've probably been in a relationship their whole life. And I know people like that go from one relationship to where I'm not dating anybody for a while. And then they meet one person. Next thing you know, they're in a relationship for a year, 2 years. Then they break up, and then they're off and then
like a serial dater,
right? And they've not a serial dater, but they've been in serial relationships. They've never experienced just dating, just being single. Being single can mean being by yourself and enjoying your own company, taking time to heal, taking time to go to the spa by yourself, going to get your nails done, going to get facials, taking yourself out to dinner and enjoying being able to shower yourself with the love that you may crave from someone else. Once you're able to really do those things for yourself, it becomes so much easier to date. And I feel like it took me too long to understand that. Like, it took me far too long to be like, actually, I enjoy my own company. That way, when I do find somebody, or if I am out here dating, it's not like a codependent thing. Like, I need your companionship because I don't know how to feel comfortable about myself. Like, no, I enjoy being by myself, doing whatever the fuck I want to do. Like when I told you, I got home on Friday. I flew back into Jersey on Friday, right? I didn't get to my own bed until like Monday or Tuesday. And when I got in my own bed, I was just like, oh shit.
That's kind of how I'm feeling, because I'm hanging out with people now,
right?
And like, I'm almost never in my room anymore. Before, I'm just in my dorm all the time. It's to be back home and to be by myself, because I ain't got no roommate, thank God. It is kind of refreshing. So I kind of get what you're saying, and I'm starting to get that now when it comes to learning how to love being by yourself. I went to the movies by myself. I didn't go to dinner by myself because, honey, I'm not a good tipper.
Oh, damn.
But no, I'm starting to do a lot of things by myself, and I'm realizing that I don't need to be tied to somebody. And I feel like I have this. Here's my toxic trait, and I'm sorry, any bachelors that are listening that are trying to get up in these DMs. I do have some attachment issues that I need to work on.
Right.
And I think that I was able to notice that about me, because I'm like, what? Hold on. Why am I not doing this podcast? Because so and so did X, Y, and Z. No, that's the problem. We can't do that no more.
He was interfering with what it was that you were.
Because I was so upset about how the shit played out. Like, I'm like, damn. Like, I was about to quit my damn job. My little, when I was a little essential worker for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't want to go out. Huh? Yeah.
Really?
I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to see nobody. I was like them damn teenagers.
Right.
Because you got to understand, this is my first time. This was the first close encounter to a relationship.
Right.
I've talked to somebody for like a week before this. This was 3 months. You get what I'm saying? So, say what you want about it. Oh, that ain't no time. They ain't no time. We talked every day. From talking every day, we did our little stupid little sleeping on FaceTimes and shit like that.
Aww.
And it dwindled to nothing, and then it ended up being nothing in the end of it. Yeah, it's gonna fuck me up, because I'm like, I never experienced this before.
Do you think you were in love? Do you think that was like your first experience of like being in love with someone?
I was very close. I'm not gonna say that I was, but I was very close, especially after when we met up and we got into some things.
Talking about the sex?
Yes. I don't kiss and tell, child.
But you just told it. Period.
But like, yes, and I feel like I think you said this before in a couple episodes ago. You get connected with somebody after sex.
Oh yes.
Like, Maybe, and some people are able to throw it down and not be connected at all. That's a lot of y'all tops.
That's crazy how it happens.
Because y'all just look at oh, it's a hole, it's a hole. Okay.
Some entanglements.
But me, yeah, I'm saying like, and it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was watching this interview with Issa Rae had with SZA. I was like, I was in love with somebody that ain't shit nigga that had some good dick. Like I'm like, SZA is speaking to me.
Toxic niggas have great dick, by the way.
They do.
I feel like I've been a toxic nigga to somebody before.
You think so?
I have. I'm sure. I'll tell you, this year has been a lot about self-reflection for me.
Yeah.
And remember, I can kind of relate to you about wanting to, like, when you had that day when you wanted to quit your show and stuff like that.
I didn't want to quit.
Emotionally, you just didn't feel like you had it in you.
Yeah.
Like, that was me in March. Remember, I had a moment where I literally had an emotional breakdown over a situation that I was in, because I just couldn't understand why what I was giving, or what I'd availed myself to give to someone wasn't being reciprocated back, or it felt like I wasn't being appreciated, or I felt like I was like it didn't really matter. It was just like, oh wow, like it
didn't really matter.
Yeah,
like I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
and I've never been in a situation where I've been treated that way by anybody. That's just not part of my life story, because people, like, if you got me, and it's not about being braggadocious, but it's like, I'm a cool nigga to have. Like, I'm like that Beyonce moment when she was like, wait a minute, I'm Beyonce. You would be like, why would Jay-Z cheat on Beyonce? Be like, Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce?
He was dumb.
On Beyonce?
Yeah, I don't. That goes to show ain't nobody safe, child. Everybody's capable of getting cheated on.
I had to come to myself in that moment. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, I put myself in the position where, one, like, I know who I am. I know what I'm worth, and I get to decide what I deserve as far as how people treat me.
Right.
And I was so upset with myself for allowing someone to mishandle me. You know what I mean? And to be irresponsible with me in that way, emotionally. And I was literally at work. I was in New York. Probably saw on my Instagram. I was in New York filming. That was when I was working on the show with Laverne Cox. And
oh shit, what show was that?
I don't know the name of that shit. Because they paused production on it. You know, they always give you, like, it was an untitled art project. Like, they give you these mock names and you're working on it so that you don't,
snitch,
spill it, right?
6ix9ine.
But it's gonna be a really. I can't wait for them to start production back on it. Hopefully, when they let the world open up.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, that day was so hard. I got dressed, and then I literally had to go to the bathroom after doing hair and makeup. And I just cried. I literally just cried.
See, and that's scary for me, because, like, I have become that person. Like, if I'm not feeling it, then it's not happening today. But, child, when I need to get this bag,
oh yeah, we can't let it take the money, honey.
Child, and I got to do, and I need episodes in so we can get paid. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. That's never. I promised myself. I made a pact to myself that is never gonna happen again.
Right.
Because I have to keep it going.
Me too. That was the promise I made to myself. Yeah.
Child, we gonna cry in the bathroom, but we gonna make sure we get it together.
We're gonna get cute, and we're going to get this bag. That's exactly what we're gonna do. And we learned. When I say we, I'm talking about me. I learned from that moment that I need to be more clear with myself. What do I want?
Yeah.
And I don't have expectations of other people. It's like, what do I want? What am I looking for?
Yeah.
And as I grow and as things shift and change, I have to be honest with myself. Like, there was a time when I wanted a relationship. Like, I want to find my partner. I want to be that to someone. Like, I wanted that. I did. Yeah. And then it's like, well, actually, maybe I don't need that right now.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to get myself in a better space to be where when something like this happens, it's easy for me to be like, oh, okay, well, it's not you, so bye. And let's move on to something else. I
want that damn luxury of being that.
I don't want no emotional entanglements with anybody that's going to do me dirty and not feel any way about it. I don't have time for that.
Crazy.
Because I'll end up, listen. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
we're not going to do that. So it's all about, personal growth and like, like the guy said, dating with purpose. It's just about being clear about what that purpose is and communicating that to the people that you're engaging with. If you're in a space where you're dating and you're looking for a partner, you should communicate. I'm dating with the intention of finding my partner, finding someone that I can build with.
Let me tell you something. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. I deleted the apps.
You deleted the apps?
I'm off the apps.
So you just going to run into somebody at Walmart? When? During a quarantine? Bitch, you need those apps. Better quit playing.
I'm gonna get it when I soon again.
But I say that I don't have apps on my phone either.
Right. So what you doing?
Well, I'm entangled.
But you entangled.
I mean, I got some entanglements going on.
First of all, because now we gotta.
But that's I mean,
let me mark that, honey.
Right. Mark it. It is what it is, and but I'm okay. I'm okay with what I have. And as it grows and other things happen and transpire, you know, I'm ultimately going to get where I want to be.
Okay.
I know one thing for sure out of this life. I'm going to get everything that I deserve. And at the moment, I want to focus on the things that make me happy.
And I think that's the dilemma with creatives and influencers and people that do media. Because I feel like we're always doing something. We always got something going on. And I think certain people that we talk to may not do that, or they may not have elevated as fast as what you're doing. Because there was times we sit there and talk or whatever. I'm like, oh, I gotta do the show. That's happening. I gotta go. He'll call during the show. I'm on the show.
Right.
Like I got stuff to do, and some people can't handle that. But I'm like, bitch, do you understand? Like, bitch, if you stick around, honey, you can reap the benefit. And I'm not saying use me. But I'm just saying we can.
This could be an us thing.
This could be an us thing.
If you don't fuck it up, that's another thing too in my brain. It's like when you. So there's another guy that I'm just we're talking or whatever, and I think like he hits me up at some weird times like if I'm busy or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, for my late response. I was doing blah blah. And he's like, oh, I love that you're busy, and I just looked at the phone. I'm just like,
okay,
yes. I was like. You get it. Like, you get it.
Yeah.
Like, and it's very rare to find people that, like you said, for creatives that understand that there's a lot of time that we have to dedicate to the stuff that we're building.
To this, yeah.
And we don't get paid for most of the shit that we do because we're the ones that have to create the product for it to be sold.
I'm sitting at this damn computer for hours trying to figure out what topic is trendy enough to talk about, what is going to be interesting enough, what's going to be for the dog talk. Then we have to edit it. Like, it's a lot that we're put on. And this shit is for free. We got to play the game for a little bit.
Yep.
And then eventually, if we make it, we make it.
When
we make it.
When we make it.
Okay.
But yeah, so like just balancing that and understanding like what season I'm in. I've had to have that conversation with a couple of people actually before this quarter started, before the next quarter that starts in October. It's like, okay, well, this is like back to school time for me. Yeah. Like I actually have like assignments that I have to get done, and so I may not be as available as I was during the summer. I may not be available as I was during the spring. Like I have like real shit that I have to ground myself into doing because I have to make sure that my future is good. You may not be here in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like whatever this, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like whatever this is we're doing could be over this week.
You
but
never know.
Right. But I still have to make sure that my project's done. I still have to make sure that, there's funds coming in from my other show. Like,
and I need some peace of my mind.
And the peace. Come on. I
need some peace of my mind. So don't start fucking shit up.
Right. I need the peace.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I think I'm gonna come out as asexual. I think that's
Let me know when you do your party.
Okay.
Being asexual is fun for a moment. It allows you to really focus on yourself.
You really turn to that.
I was asexual for a long time.
And that means you don't date nobody.
It's not about dating. It's not. I wasn't attracted to anybody. Like I'm not attracted. I was literally was not attracted physically to any person.
So you wasn't doing nothing.
No. I went years without having sex. Actually, I've gone 5 years. I was dating somebody and didn't have sex for 5 years.
Wow. See, that's foreign to so many people, so many of my friends, because I say that too, and they say, "Oh well, what's your body count?" I'm like, this year, I'm like one person. He's like, one person?
Well, I'm an adult. Don't ask me about my body.
Girl,
mind your business.
First of all, yes, one person. I can go years. I went years and years and years without having sex. I feel like for me, I'm more of an intimacy person, and I'm a people pleaser. Right. So it's like, I get off on, pleasing whoever my mate is or whatever. It doesn't even have to be sex. Like, sex is not a necessity. People idolize that shit to the max where it's like, bitch, you are addicted. Like, and I'm not saying that's, do your thing. I'm not judging. Right. But we're judging.
Right. We ain't judging you, but we judging.
It's not all that. It's really not. And I think that people shouldn't get clowned for not, not throwing it down like that. I'm just not the type.
It's not your thing.
But if you want to do some stuff, we can do some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Man, get in your act and do exactly what you want to do.
The best thing though, when you haven't had sex in a long time, is the best sex. Because when you're having it all the time, it's almost like masturbating. Like when you do it all the time, it's not as enjoyable as when you wait a month. You know, no nut November. Oh. And then you do that shit at the end of the month, and that shit is amazing.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
that's how sex is.
Yeah, y'all could do semen retention. I think I'm gonna maybe do like a week. I'm gonna start doing like
not a week.
I'm gonna start dedicating like 1 week a month to me not being sexually active.
Okay,
but it's kind of weird because I have. Listen,
come on, this is the show,
right? Listen, so I can't lie. This year. I have had the best sex of my life.
Okay.
This year. And it keeps getting better. So it's like, I don't know about the whole like not having sex and I don't know about that. Because when you
have you tried it?
But when you find I've told you I've gone years without having sex before. So the first time I had sex, I mean, yeah,
it was like
you like it because
it's a rush
because you haven't had it in so long. But sex is, for me, sex is more than that. Like sex is an emotional experience. It's like I'm a spiritual person, so it's like there's a spiritual tugging that happens during that, and there's like this.
But eventually, it will get boring, and you're gonna run into doing.
Speak over yourself.
Okay. I'm just saying.
But my thing is like, but if that's when you know that the well has run dry. Like if it gets to the point where it's not fun, or it's just like routine, then that's. Who wants to have that? Like that's why I'm like I want to find somebody that's going to make sure that we have fun. Like, all right, time to bring out the whips.
Oh, time to bring out
the. Well, I'm say the chains, child. But like you know what I mean. Like people have their things, and when sexual experiences are different for different people, but you're a part of it, and you get to create. That's a creative space for me. Sex is a creative space for me as well. It's like, what can I do different that can make this fun, or what? Yeah.
That's another episode.
You're right. We're gonna say
how can we spruce up the bedroom?
It up? Like like just to make sure that it's still engaging and that it is fun and that both people are pleased and